You're listening to On the Air with Stefan Aronsen. We're live from South by Southwest, interviewing all of the bands that are playing the Balanced BreakFEST 2025 showcase at Woody's. Thanks for tuning in. We're live at South by Southwest, since all the background noise that you hear, and we are live with
Revenge Wife.
And what is your non-stage name when people are like, I only know you by your band, but sometimes I want to just say, let's hang out.
Liz Nistico. Or Liz. Yeah.
Wonderful. That's like the biggest problem with having alter identities that are like bands or personas, is that then it's like I have all these friends I only know by their band names, or I only know by their alter egos.
I know. It's like I feel like I'm like Liz Revenge in so many people's phones.
That's not a bad stage name though.
Yeah, Liz Revenge.
I'd hang out with Liz Revenge.
Yeah. Here we are.
Yeah, hanging out. So I'm going to give you what I know about you, but it's all from Instagram.
Okay.
And then you can give it back to me as like, yes, but.
Okay, cool.
So in digging into all your stuff, I was like, let's find out what I'm getting into in booking a showcase and picking my artists and who's going to like entertain the audience. You are entertaining. And I've seen that there's no surface that you won't jump on in order to make sure that people are watching.
It's not, yeah. I honestly just like, I started as a dancer, actually. I grew up dancing, and I did the dance program in college, and I'm really into space, like the energy that a space can hold. So when I'm on stage, I like to like feel all of the space of a room, and especially if like the energy, I don't know, I think like performance, so much of performance is this like energy between the audience and the band, and it's in a certain space, so I love like moving around the room so much.
And are there any surfaces that are off limits, like you're like, I don't climb onto?
No, there's no surface off limit, but I am smart enough to not tell the venue ahead of time anything that I'm about to do, because they will tell me there's things off limits.
Yeah, I wasn't going to tell you. I was actually going to set you up and be like, do you need any like step stools, or do you want me to like
That's what I like.
Okay, like I was looking around here like, oh, I see some good things. So I was trying to decide whether to ask you if you wanted step stools or whether you just wanted to find your own access to the places.
You know what's really crazy is that I've never fallen or gotten like seriously hurt.
This is me knocking on wood.
Because I do go in crazy places. Like sometimes I'm like, I'm gonna stand on this tiny little thing, like, and then I'm like, why am I up here?
And how many general managers have yelled at you, and how many have like been like, thank you, that was amazing? We can do percentages or numbers depending on which is easier.
Not so many have yelled at me. Maybe like 6% have yelled at me.
Okay.
And most people like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if we break that down one more time, the ones that yell at you, men or women?
I can't even remember. No,
I would remember everybody who yells at me. I'd be like, I'm entertaining. Look at me.
By the time they yell, I feel like the thing is about me is that I am really genuine, or I really try to be. And so when I'm on stage, like, I feel like if you're going to have a moment where you're going to yell at me, you might be won over eventually.
Yeah.
And so they might be like, I'm going to yell at her, but then they're like, by the time they're going to get to it, they're like, she's fine. Like,
and when you're packing your bag, do you have to think about outfit malfunctions? Like you're putting your stuff in your bag and you're like, that one's not good because this and this and that one, this one will work. Like,
yeah, definitely. Because I move so much.
So what's the type of outfit that's perfect, and the type of outfit you're like, nope, it doesn't work. I don't pack that. Yeah,
I mean, I tried it. Lately, I've just kind of been wearing like outfits that I really just like just like skirt, shirt, done. Like
skirt,
and
shirt.
Then I do usually wear Capizio dance tights.
Nice.
So I feel really secure in that way because they're like proper professional tights.
So if you got sponsorship, they might consider sponsoring the garments that you wear under your outfits and be like, this garment is brought to you by...
I would love a Capizio sponsor because those tights are expensive. They're like $50 for one pair.
All right, you heard it here first. We need a sponsorship. Sponsor. Nice. Okay, what is... let's see. in 1 year back, what is something you can celebrate and be like, in the last year I accomplished this, and oh, fuck yeah.
Ooh, that's a great question. It's hard because it's so hard to like celebrate yourself.
Okay.
But this past year, I really did grow Revenge Wife.
Okay.
And like that feels really good. And you know what? The thing I personally am like fuck yeah about is I've figured out the next sound that I want to go toward. Okay. Which is like the Void / Fontaine's DC plus the Cardigans.
I love that you're not picking a genre, that you're like, let me tell you some things that might inspire the next phase.
Yeah.
That seems fun. And if people were to look forward to something that hopefully we get to celebrate in the next year, what do you think that's going to be?
Well, I'm really looking forward to putting out an album. And in this like Voids, Fontaine's DC plus the Cardigans, the album is called Alien Witch, and each song is a different sign of the zodiac. So Cancer is out, Aries is coming out, so there's going to be this. That's something to look forward for too.
I like it.
Yeah, what's your sign?
I'm a Leo.
Ooh, Leo, incoming.
I'm a complicated Leo because while I do like the spotlight, I feel like I don't always need to be in the spotlight.
Yeah.
So I want it to exist, and then I want to point it. So I don't necessarily want to be the one under it all the time. I want to be like, okay, someone's made it perfect, good, it exists. Let's point it on Revenge Wife right now.
I know. I can tell how you did that. I mean, you did such a good job, like, putting this together. I think the bands are so great. And, like, I was just in the bathroom because I was doing my makeup. And
I thought you were going to say, because sometimes we have to pee,
because, you know I use the restroom.
Because sometimes
personally,
we have to.
And there was, like, 3 female musicians in there. And we were all just like, first one came up to me and I'm like, she's like, oh, are you playing? Because I'm doing my makeup. I'm like, yeah, I am. Are you? She's like, yeah, I am. And it was the woman who just played here. She was incredible. Aurora, yeah. And then there was someone else in the bathroom who was like, oh, I'm about to play too. And we're like, just good energy. And I think that is something that you've been talking about a lot, is community. And I think that is like the great part about South by Southwest. So, and yeah, I feel that, like, you know, having your Leo tendencies, but like spreading it to people. I like that.
I always think it's funny, people who are really into signs, and they'd be like, okay, so you're a Leo, but what time were you born at? And I'm like, well, I don't know this portion of it.
I'm not like
these
so
details.
into it like that, actually. Like, I'm into the kind of, what I'm actually into is the actual constellations in the sky, the stars. Okay. That's what I actually like.
Outside of what they mean, but just drawing lines between them?
Just trying to chart the sky and getting better at learning the stars and the planets and where they are. And like, that's been something I've been working on for the past few years. Like, you know, seeing Orion in the summer versus in the winter, and being better about knowing where Sirius is, which is a very bright star in the sky, and being able to point out the planets, right now we can see Jupiter and Mars really well. So just kind of charting the sky is really fun for me.
So is that like, if you're going to take me on a first date, take me somewhere where we can see the stars, so that way we can look up and chart all the constellations that we can see. Otherwise, it's probably going to be a lame date.
Honestly, yes. Like, the stars are so interesting to me. They say that humanity evolved. I mean, there's a theory that humanity evolved because, partially, like, psychologically, because humans were aware that there's some existence or some other physical world beyond what we have now. So I think the stars are so beautiful, and I think that we're very disconnected from that, especially in the past, like, 100 years. We've really disconnected from space, or like just kind of using that as a navigation for us and orienting ourselves to that. So I just love stars so much. I love space.
So does that make its way into music, or does music inspire from a totally different realm of your life?
It does make its way into music, definitely. I mean, a lot of I think about space a lot, and I dream about it as well. It's kind of like my, like, you know, when they're like, it's time to meditate, ground into the earth. That, like, does nothing for me. It makes me feel more grounded when I'm, like, up in the sky and thinking about the sky. So I really like that. And it definitely makes its way into my music because I just feel like that's what I'm writing about, like trying to be present, trying to connect with these other things. And that's why I was saying I'm making this album called Alien Witch, which is, it has like this connection to the zodiac, but it's kind of this theoretical world where like aliens do exist and they've existed, and we have like alien spirit guides, and I read books about that, and I like that stuff.
So if 10 o'clock at night suddenly the closet door opens and there's an alien steps out, you're like, hello, I've been waiting for you.
Yeah.
Or, okay.
I'd
scream.
Like, this is gonna sound insane, but I'm just gonna tell you.
I love it. Bring it. Technically you're telling me and everybody who listens eventually, but bring
it. Like I'm not gonna say that I was visited by aliens because that sounds too cray.
Okay.
But I do think about the stars and the constellations. Like I really feel an affinity toward Pleiades, which is a constellation. It's a cluster of stars. It's the Subaru sign. Oh, yeah. You know how it has like 6 stars? It's actually 7 stars, but I really love Pleiades and Andromeda as well, which is a galaxy that we see as a star. And I had a really vivid dream where I was visited by some aliens from the Andromeda galaxy, where I was at a Dave Matthews concert looking at the stars, and I was pointing them out, as I often do. Like, if you and I were here at night, I'd be like, that's Jupiter, that's Andromeda, because...
Too bad we have to deal with sunshine and warmth and, like, amazing light.
Damn it.
Dang it. Like,
Austin.
Why do you give us such good weather? Yeah. Tons of people here enjoying in small outfits, wonderful times.
Damn it.
It only was cold and starry.
Night.
Yeah.
But in my dream, I said, that's Andromeda. And when I pointed at it from the star, it was like projected this slideshow of humanity. And it was the pyramids. And then it was like the Stonehenge. But then it was the Mayan pyramids. And then it was the Holocaust. And then the atomic bomb. And all these really powerful images. And I was like, wow, that was a message from them. Like, yeah, we're fucking things up. But then I'm like, why tell me? What can I do? And when I was at my mom's house when I was dreaming that, she came into my room and I said, I've been visited by Andromeda. My stepbrother, my brother-in-law was like, don't you do that in my house.
We have rules in this house.
Stop you summoning.
Yeah. So if these aliens do visit you, would you prefer in person from your closet or in your dreams?
Dreams for sure.
Is a little more chill?
Yeah, chill.
Your alter ego gets to hang out with them?
Yeah.
Would you scream if they came out of your closet?
I think that, yeah, I would for sure.
I'd probably scream.
Closet, yeah.
I think
Don't
so.
be in there.
Just stop. Wait till I fall asleep and just join me in my dreams.
Yeah. We can astral project.
Nice. If someone has listened to this entire thing and they're like, I vibe with what you're saying, and you were to say,
then you're crazy like me.
Yes. And you were to say, sweet, you should listen to this track on streaming platform.
Oh, a song of mine?
Yeah, what would it be?
I would say right now, Waste of Tears, parentheses, Cry All Summer by Revenge Wife.
And why?
That is my latest song that I've released, and like all people, I think like the latest thing that you make is like the most connected to you right now. And I love the way that song turned out, the production, and that one is connected with the zodiac sign Cancer, and I just love that song so much. So it's also kind of a punk song. It's very fast. We'll play it today.
Nice.
Yeah, you're gonna hear it. It's like 195 BPM. Casually.
And if we inserted that song right here.
Now I
and we just listened to it. What would you tell people after they listen to it?
You just heard Waste of Tears. I hope you liked it. I actually wrote that song on ukulele in San Diego after a breakup. It was like a week out from a breakup, and I was like, oh, damn it, now I'm going to cry all summer. Thanks a lot. And I was just wandering San Diego crying. I'm too dramatic. It's true. I'm aware.
So does that mean that every time you get in a relationship, you go, man, when we break up, I'm going to get such good songs from this. This is so amazing. How long are we going to date for again? Because I'm really looking forward to those
just
songs.
waiting to break up with you.
So I can write a really good song.
I know. It's actually unfortunate. I'm in a really great relationship right now with Chris, who plays in my band too. And it's just so chill and stable. And
you're wrecking my life.
I haven't been getting very dramatic songs from you.
I'm so happy all the time. Why are you wrecking my music career?
But that's why I have all these songs of the past. Waste of Tears is like an older song.
Nice.
Of course.
And if people want to find you on social platforms, how would they do that?
You can find me at Revenge Wife, at Revenge Wife.
Nice. And you've been listening to On the Air with Stefan Aronsen. You can find me at Stefan Aronsen or Balanced BreakFEST. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
It's fun. The Balanced BreakFEST 2025 showcase at Woody's. Thanks for tuning in.